This week in the field, composing a beach photo when all you have is beach. Hi everyone, I'm Scott Davenport. Welcome to In the Field. Thanks very much for joining me today. Before I go into today's topic, I want to get your photography questions. Questions I really believe are the way that we become better photographers. You're curious about something, you're wanting to learn more, and your questions are going to make me think about my photography too. So we're both going to get better together, and that's kind of the whole point. So send your questions in, comments on the video below, or directly through my website. However you'd like to get a hold of me, it would be great to hear from you. So today's topic, photographing the beach, setting a good composition. When you only have beach, a lot of times you'll see my videos, I'm shooting with rocks or cliffs or some sort of interesting, solid foreground subject. But there are plenty of beaches where you just have a longer stretch of beach. And so you need to change your thinking a little bit. I have a little bit of grainy footage from a recent outing to Torrey Pines, and admittedly there's some audio problems with this. I'm not sure what happened. It's short. I'm going to show it to you anyway just to give you a feel for this place, so please pardon the audio. Just have a look and I'll be right back. Nice calm quiet morning at Torrey Pines. Came down here for a little scouting / fun, and right now just waiting for sun to rise. Actually getting a bit of color in the sky, and so I'm hoping this will carry on over to above the ocean. There's a bit more haze up above the water itself. I got about 20 to 25 minutes before that hopefully will light up. And right now just playing around, shooting vertically, doing some work in the F8 area and kind of using the water as a leading line to kind of bring us up the shore and weaving up in there. So as I set up, I pointed my camera toward the ocean, and the idea I had was to get some type of fingers of water around these pebbles and stones. I know this beach, I know it does not have a large prominent foreground element, but the ocean didn't want to give me that day. Here's one photo straight out of the camera, unprocessed. Compositionally, there's a lot of problems here, but I'm showing it to you because this is about what the ocean was giving me in terms of water rising up to the line where these pebbles were. If I'd gotten closer to the water, I certainly could have gotten more play in the ocean, but then I would have lost some of these interesting stones. So I needed to shift my thinking. I've got these stretches of beach, not a lot of foreground element, if any. Well, what can I do with that? Well, I have the boundary between water and land, and that helped me come up with a different composition. So here's another example where now I'm using that boundary of the ocean and the land to create a line that's leading from the lower left corner here all the way up to the horizon. And that changed the tone of the scene. I was no longer going to be shooting toward the water. I was going to incorporate both land and water into this, and really, kind of half and half, as opposed to just a small amount in the foreground and then the expanse of a seascape. And fortunately, as the morning went on, I did get some color in the sky. So here's one more example. It's using that same idea, the boundary between water and land as the line that's going to draw us into the scene, and got some nice color in the sky. And I chose to shoot toward the south as the color rose because that's where the interesting tones were. And as I look at this right now, again, this is unprocessed, just right out of the camera. I'm actually thinking about cropping this more in a portrait format because there's a lot of empty space on the right-hand side, and so I can improve the composition with some of the post-processing tools. But the fundamental field choice, and this is really the tip of the week, was changing my thinking and using that boundary between land and sea to create a line that will draw the eye into the frame. And that's really just changed the whole tone of the shoot, and I was happy again, and I was enjoying myself and not feeling frustrated that I wasn't getting what I had thought I was going to get. And that's going to wrap it up for this week in the field. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, let me know somehow. Share this video with a friend. Point folks at my site. Contact me with your questions. Anything to let me know this is more than just me talking to an empty room. This is a two-way conversation. I really wanted to continue to be that, and we all become better photographers together. Well, until next time, my name's Scott Davenport, and happy shooting. Had to shift up thinking, and we've got these long expanses. You've got these long expansions of beach. I can't say expanses.